the last several hours of 2025. Okay, let's pull it and put it at the same time. Okay, ready?
Yep.
Eight of
Eight,
Pentacles.
eight of swords.
Eight of Pentacles. Oh gosh, I love it when we read together. So let's open with some energetic containers for the week. We're going to bring in some energy, and I would personally like to call in the energy of my ancestors and my spirit guides and any and all good spirit that wants to come through me. I wanted to be a divine vessel for that, and um, I welcome this energy and anything we call in to be for our best and highest good. What about you, Anna?
Yeah, I would like to invite everyone to just drop into themselves. Drop into themselves, and that's the energy I want to invite in. It's just a deepening of what's actually happening.
Okay. I mean, part of why we're doing this is just to have somewhere to process all the changes that we are experiencing in this Earth game right now, because it's been wild.
Mhm.
So I'm Shannon. This is my daughter Anna, and we want to talk about both the dark and the light of this year, 2025, and really the energy surrounding New Year's Eve and our traditions and what we do and what we think about as we go into the new year. And we thought we would look at it from the aspect of the all of the light energy coming in, meaning all the highest energy. What are the highest timelines? What are we seeing? What are we sensing? What are we feeling? What do the tarot show us? And also, what shadows exist? It's really important we are aware of the shadow. So, Anna, talk about that a little bit, like the shadow part of it.
Yeah, just of what you were talking about of New Year and all this stuff. So it's like all of this energy is coming to the close. The year is coming to a close, and everyone I mean, it's tradition and culture to like celebrate, party, let's party,
Yeah,
let's
right.
celebrate. At least for us in America, at least of what I've even experienced. So I think there's always a medicine and a shadow to everything. So like
Yeah,
we were talking about the light and the dark to everything. So the lightness, well, I guess you asked about the shadow, but the lightness of just coming together,
yeah,
and celebrating, but then the little bit of the shadow of like, why are we numbing ourselves to death with drinking?
yeah.
Is
What's with
that
the
is that true celebration
right?
for the year is a question.
Why does everyone get wasted and drug and drink themselves?
Yeah.
What is going? Is it Bacchanalian? Is it Bacchus? Is it a celebration that's just gone so far that we've lost the
Yes.
whole kind of purpose of it? What are we doing? Yeah, no, that's okay. We're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that. Okay. So we thought what we would do is we would just leave it to the universe on who is going to focus on shadow or light as we go through this discussion. We're gonna pull our different cards that'll talk to us. We were gonna leave it to the universe. So I thought maybe you were just gonna call it out to your phone, right, Anna?
Yeah, so what do we want heads to be? Heads to be light, tails to be shadow?
No, we have to do who's doing what. So I'll be heads, you be tails. And
Oh,
do heads do light? Yeah, tails be
yeah.
shut. No.
Okay.
No, because we have to call out like who's being the
No, because we can just say flip a coin and then whatever it lands on. If we say heads is light, tails is, oh, I see what you're saying. Who's going to be heads?
right. I want how are we going to decide who's
Okay.
doing what? So it's like if I'm heads and your tails, why don't we just say the coin flip will be for whoever takes light?
Sure, good idea. There we
Okay,
go.
does that make sense? So c call it out. If I'm whatever calls heads or tails, you're taking the light side.
Okay. Okay. So I'm tails, your heads?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Siri. Hey Siri. Hey Siri. Hey Siri. Um,
Flip a coin. Do you have a coin?
Siri. There we go. Can you flip a coin for me? Heads.
Heads. Okay, so I'll take the light,
Yep.
you take the shadow.
Yep.
And should we start with just a couple cards surrounding what you already brought up?
Sure.
Um
I mean, we can dive into the shadow immediately if we want. Yeah.
yeah, let's do it. I mean, There is something really bizarro to everyone getting together and inebriating themselves to the point of being incoherent. You know what I mean? There is. I mean, there was an incident in our family where one of your siblings got married and one of your younger, very younger siblings who had not been around a bunch of drinkers went to the wedding reception and witnessed everyone getting really drunk and just thought to themselves, what is wrong with you? And it utterly freaked them out to the point where now they refuse to touch any of that. They're like, you guys looked crazy. So there is a little bit of something there that when you lose your inhibition, yeah, it feels really fun in the moment, but there's something that like happens in a crowd of drunken humans. That's
Yeah, and it's true, and it's interesting the cards that I pulled because I actually the first one I pulled was the promise, which is soulmates, attraction, and like love.
yeah.
Where to see it.
Wait, there it
But,
is.
and then the next one I pulled was the heart portal. And then I also pulled harmonic resolution, which is negativity, anger, and transmutation. So it's interesting that we get the heart portal
Mm.
with all this negative. And I think that's what's really happening. It's like we're closing off every fun that we're experiencing is just something that's already inside us. So it's like we're heightening it with the alcohol and then taking it too far. You know what I mean? So it's like the heart portal, it can't withstand all of that. And then it allows, once you like break apart, it feels like a little bit of yourself and you sort of lose some of yourself. I feel like that's where some of this negativity, anger, and transmutation can just like,
Yeah,
man, how many people get into drunk fights and like you're fighting and you're
true.
almost like you're not even coherent anymore.
And that first card you pulled up, the soulmate card, there's an element of fakeness. When you
Mhm.
get drunk, like, I love you so much. There's
Yes.
like a fake level of kind of camaraderie that occurs.
Yeah.
And that has an underlying shadow of just inauthenticity and just people putting on performative, just, doing something to kind of either be liked or, I think this would be funny or that's just not real about it.
No, and there's a little bit of like reaching going on. Like, why
Yeah.
do I need to consume so much to get to that sort of fun? Like, it's like I'm reaching for something that I can't possess possibly. And
Yeah.
like what you were saying of the almost the fakeness in a way, I've sort of experienced that like, going through college a little bit and some of the partying and all that. It's like I would convince myself, and not that I didn't have fun in relationships with these people and love, but I did they weren't actually my friends in the like the next day, you know?
Oh, right. They're not
So
your
what are
friends.
we actually even doing? I'm having all that fun and we're sharing all this love, and then what? We don't talk until the next time we get hammered.
Right. And then you see them and you're like, hey, or
Yeah.
whatever.
And that
But
just pulled two of swords, it's two of swords. So it's
mm,
almost like the battle of having fun, at
yeah.
least of
Hold it right
having.
in front of you because it's like losing
I know it
it's like
is.
going out of focus. There you go. Put it right in front of you. Yes, that is really what it is. You do get blinded to a certain extent when you start putting all sort of not just alcohol, whatever chemical you're putting in, you do put blinders on. Everybody knows about the drunk goggles. I mean, everybody knows that there's a certain level of things, and I've always had this kind of thought about how people will inebriate themselves to allow themselves to do things they wouldn't do sober. They
Yeah.
know what they're gonna do. They know they're like, oh, I can like let it go. I can let my hair down. I can let loose or whatever. And they know that. And it's like
Yeah.
they have too much fear or whatever to do it when they're sober. So they get drunk knowing I'm just gonna do these things and I will be able to blame it on the alcohol.
Yeah. And see, even what you just said of like the letting go. Why do we want to let go of ourselves? You know? It's like it
It's
is it that's
coping.
what I feel like that's happening. It's like once you get to a certain part, I'm not even who I actually am every day anymore. It's like it is a let go. And that's where I
Yeah.
feel like the disconnect and you wake up hungover, you're not even in your
Yeah.
body anymore, you know?
It's a coping with life situation too, and people get to a point where they want to have a release that's just irrelevant and fun and it doesn't matter. So you go to that. You just go to that as a coping mechanism for life, you know?
Yeah.
But again, there's like a moderation point where
there's a
You,
medicine point, and
yeah,
there is a medicine in
right.
it. And then
Right.
it's just, where is your scale? And a lot of us are going over, which this next card, I think this goes well to where we can go into sort of the delight of this, because I
Yeah.
pulled this camaraderie. It's like this
Okay.
seven beings hugging each other and just on Earth. So a part of that is us just wanting to have fun and be together.
Yeah.
You
No,
know,
I mean, honestly.
it's just finding the balance. So that's why it's like, okay, well, let's talk about the light of getting together and celebrating all together.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. I love that card because it reminds me of that one full moon. That is so unforgettable. From a couple years ago, we were dancing on the side of the hill. It was the moon was like right there. It
It
was
was
amazing. It was that. That was us. That was us. That was us.
And that's where such when that night was charged up. We were singing and dancing together, and it's like that feeling is what I want more of.
It's true.
And
It's true. It's
we
true.
weren't knocking down shots or anything. We were literally just dancing and vibing out with each
Yeah.
other
Yeah.
under the moon. That was the best night ever.
Okay, so I was just pulling a card, and it's called Compass.
Hmm.
And basically what the book is just saying is like you're entering uncharted territory. Um, but just if you stay on your highest path, stay on your highest destiny and follow your inner, like your inner guide, you'll be fine. And that is the whole kind of promise of the new year. It truly is. So whether or not it's, we're spending our moments like in intoxication or inebriation, or like I was saying, it's bacchanalian. Like there's almost like a ritual to
Hmm.
sort of like letting go and fully just surrendering to the liquid within inside of you and just I mean, if you haven't had a night where you've just spent it just dancing and having fun, maybe you don't relate to what I'm saying here, but there is something to that, okay? And this card is just saying as long as you stay on your highest timeline and be clear about what you want to do and who you are and where you're going, you can have those moments. And there is like joy and light to that.
Absolutely, and everyone wants to have fun. It's like we should be
Yeah.
celebrating having fun. It's just knowing, like you said, the inner compass. We know when it's beneficial for us and we know when it's not. It's just if you're paying attention or not. It's
Yeah.
like we know when we actually shouldn't have taken that other drink. We know we're already a little bit drunk. It's just being more aware. It's not don't have fun, don't go out. It's not really about that. It's just knowing your own limit and just really feeling into the medicine of it, where it is that
Yeah.
pure joy and love and
Yeah.
fun. Everyone wants to dance and have fun.
Right. Um, reflection, like winter solstice. It's kind of interesting though. On the topic of winter solstice, we just had it. And we'll always just have it right before we go into the new year. We will have just hit this winter solstice point where the day now has gone from being darker, more dark than light to more light than dark. So very interesting. The light starts to come in after that point. And the new year is like whatever calendar we made it up or whatever, or someone, Julie Caesar or whatever. That's wrong, but made it up. Okay, it's made up, right? It's like the
It's
now
yeah,
my
time it
now
up.
my history person is like really freaking out about that. Anyway,
Yeah.
nevertheless, we know that the solstices are at points where the sun is on Earth or, in the sky, all of that. We can measure this. So we know that there's a point of light that needs to come in with the new year and does come in with the new year. And there's like a hope. There is a hope, but we have to have the moment of the peak of the dark, so to
Hmm.
speak, to be able
Yeah.
to even see like the crack of new light, the crack of dawn. We have to have the dark winter. We have to have the solstice. We have to have the ground being covered with ice and snow to get the
Yeah.
new spring. And that is the promise of the
Mhm.
light, is that it will always come up and shine, right? The sun will always shine.
I know. It's like we become this like apex of energy at the end of the year, and that's where it's like we do want to celebrate and love and have fun. And it's like I encourage everyone to celebrate and love and have fun. Just ask yourself why or what you're actually doing, you know?
Gratitude.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like perfectly really what it is all about, and just on a deeper level about gratitude. I mean, it's so easy to be like, yeah, be grateful, or whatever. But to truly be grateful is to truly understand that what you have is for you. And I bring us back once again to our kind of our own inner authority inside of us and what feels good to have, what feels good to know about yourself, what feels good to have real in your life. That's
Yeah.
the that's the stuff. That's the real stuff that really brings in the light. So I do think there's an opportunity as we wrap up a calendar year to think about what you're so grateful for. It's been a nutso year on
Definitely.
so many levels. In so many ways, it's changed our society. Our society's changing even more. So we
Mhm.
can even more see, I think, what is in front of us that is important. Possibly we can. This is
Yeah.
maybe where the universe pushes us. This is our test. We're being tested, all of us.
Mhm.
Will we end up being bitter? Will we end up being grateful? And
Mhm.
it's not always the easiest path to get to gratitude,
No,
especially when you feel like things are shit. And I just fit. Wow, I just noticed really something cool about my cards.
ooh, I like that.
Just
And,
visually, what?
and I like the spiral of the gratitude because that's really where it's at. If we can allow ourselves, literally allow ourselves to drop into that gratitude to the point where we're so settled that we're so happy to even be here. Like, what are we even? We're here, alive, you know? It's
It's
that type of gratitude, that type of
yeah,
reflection that I think
it's a
comes up
mirror.
at the new year, you know?
Literally like a mirror. So
It-
it's like that's what it is. So if we have that ability to actually know when you're in those winter solstice moments of calm, of down, of frozenness, of stuckness, that there is another spring coming, there's something coming. So hence we want to celebrate the year,
And
whether
set our new resolutions where we are like tapping into that light. Okay, what am I going to accomplish this year? What are we going to get done? What shit are we going
yes.
to get together? You
Yes.
know?
Yes,
There's,
yes, yes, yes,
you know,
yes.
I say, 1 million times. I'm going to stop saying it.
All right, I want to pull a couple from this higher self deck because I've really just been obsessed with it lately. It's so good. Like what messages does our higher self have for the collective? I want to just pull a card for you personally. I think it's fine if I just pull you a personal card right now.
I would love that.
Just because it's like my higher self wants to tell you something. I'm like your mom, so I'm just gonna like so excuse me, everyone.
I
Take
would
a
love
mom
that.
moment. This is what we do on the phone, though. I'm like, wait a second. Universe has a message, Anna, and this is what it is. Beautiful. You are not alone. I've been pulling this card like a crazy amount. Last maybe like week. It dropped out of my deck on the floor the other night where I picked it up later. I found it full last later, and I was like, what? You are not alone. And I do feel so like surrounded by good energy and our ancestors and like love. And you personally, I know, are surrounded.
Yeah, and I love that because I think a lot of people are also alone at this time during holidays and all this stuff. I personally live alone. So sometimes, not sometimes, I think it does bring up that piece like, oh, this is lonely during the holidays, during the end. It's like, but it's tapping into that energy where we're not alone, settling into the gratitude of being alive and settling into okay, I can do what I want and have fun in this life to whatever is beneficial to me and just falling into that. Like we're not alone. All that energy is there to be tapped into. It's just settling in.
Yeah.
So I encourage anyone else who's alone. I've been alone the last few days. I've been alone through the Christmas, through the holidays. I have family and stuff, but actually coming home alone every night, it's something. It's something during the holidays. So I encourage anyone else who's going through that, just give yourself a little extra love.
Yeah. And the next bit of advice from higher self is let go.
Mm.
And it is. It's like surrender, let go of worries, let go of fear, let go of anxiety. You can't control the future anyway.
Yeah, and let go of the
So,
attachment of needing something. I don't need anything
yeah.
other than me.
Yeah. So good advice. Good advice, universe. You're not alone. You're gonna get caught.
Mm.
It's like you're being caught by
Yeah, it looks like that.
the collective energies. So
Yeah.
it's all a process.
And it's okay. And I think that just brought up is like be don't be afraid to celebrate alone. Like we don't have to go out and celebrate. I mean, it's fun being together, but if you're not in a space where you're in an environment where you feel comfortable and you don't want to do that, celebrate alone. Let's dance and sing by ourselves. It's also just as fun.
It is just as fun, and it can be depending on what you think of it, because you can also be in a group of people and be hating it.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, who hasn't been somewhere that you're like, I would be
Yeah.
anything to be on my couch right now. I'm
Yeah.
not here at this place. So sometimes you can be grateful for having a place to go. Sometimes you can be grateful to be able to spend it alone. It just
It's
I
just
do.
knowing you. It's just feeling into your own self,
Yeah.
what you need in that moment. What do you need?
Yeah. What do you need? What do you need? And follow that. And don't be afraid of what people think about it or what they'd say about it or anything.
Yeah, and I just pulled the strength card. So that's and this to
Okay.
me is the very light and dark card.
Yeah.
It's the princess holding the beast. It's the us knowing that we have these darknesses inside of us, that we have these terrible habits where we want to go out and get hammered, but we also know that we can hug that side of ourselves and say, okay, is this beneficial today? I don't know. We'll see. But being able to like be connected to both parts, what's beneficial and what's not, that
Yeah.
almost the light and the dark. I think that this is the card that symbolizes just that.
Yeah. Okay, let's do a little speed round. A little bit
Okay.
of a speed round. I'm gonna pull my deck from Jackie.
Okay.
It's my main guide, my main tarot deck that I use.
Speed
And
round for what? What are, yeah.
we're gonna do it like simultaneously, okay? Simultaneously. Like what is the message that we really need to hear, the collective needs to hear before we
Yeah.
move on to like what do we have to say about the upcoming year? We're gonna
Okay.
get to that, but
We'll
let's
close
just
it out.
wrap up the like what are we supposed to learn? What are we supposed to know? And I'm gonna be like three, two, one, and what my message will be coming from kind of the side of like what's the higher timeline? What's the best kind of what we can see? Maybe yours can be what do we need to see?
Yeah, well, that'll be next. So if we let's do like the end of the year now. So maybe you do what some of the lightness of this year was. Maybe
Yeah,
what are some of the themes that we can pull from this
right,
year? What happened, this crazy, the political climate,
right. But
or
pull it at the same time as me.
yeah.
Okay, so let's do this first one. Ready?
Yep. I got Nine of Pentacles.
I got the Ace of Wands. Okay, there's like a lot of action around Nine of Pentacles energy in the universe, and right now it's like a lot of action toward money and gathering money, and the
Giving
markets.
and yeah.
There's a lot going on
Yeah.
with money, and there was this last year, a
Mhm.
ton going on with it, and I do think we're going to see that some more.
Yeah. And I think it's important for us to, yeah, be able to protect ourselves in that way of like focus in on building your life, focus in on making yourself stable. And I feel like what part of this year has shown us is that the world is super unstable in that way. So the best that we can do is prepare ourselves for that.
Yeah. Okay. Did that make sense?
Mhm.
I think so. Okay, let's do one more. Let's do another. I love this. I'm really excited for this card because I love this card, the Queen of Swords.
I got King of Swords.
What? I
I got
love that.
King of
Okay, all right, all right.
Swords.
Okay, so
Like
there's
the
some
Daffy
epic
Duck.
energy out there right now, really
Yeah.
epic energy, powerful energy, and there is some powerful shifting going on right now in the collective, in the light side and the dark side, if one thinks about it.
Yeah.
The sword of truth is coming out, the sword of light, like information, like secrets are being uncovered with the sword of truth, both on the male and the female side, it looks like. Both masculine and female and feminine energies are involved in this.
Yeah, and we need to come together. I think a lot of this too of like the masculine and feminine energies, I think our climate just shows us how much better off we are together
Yes.
as the king and queen working
Yes.
together.
We've been working together and the energies have been working together. In some ways, there has been a shift in the energy of what we think about the gender politics and how we've addressed it and how it's been slightly effed up. So
Mhm.
I do feel like this is, what we're pulling out is like what we've seen already in the collective, but going forward, we're really going to keep seeing this, I think.
And I saw something the other day which I thought was really good talking about because there is a lot of wars and all this stuff going on, but at the same time there's almost this like enlightenment period happening with some people. And I know some shame and guilt comes up
Yeah.
sometimes around that, but it's like how are we best coming out in this world? Is it sitting in that shame or is it re going, do you know what I'm trying to say? Like
Yeah.
working through the shame, coming back out and being the best that you can be because that is how we can be the best from this earth. And that's like I can't sit there and fight the war, but I can sit there and fight my war and put my best foot forward every single day.
Yeah. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, let's pull one more, and then we're going to go on to really talking about 2026. Let's see
Mhm.
what I want to know what the tarot says about what we're going to experience. But one more reflective card about 2025. Here we are on the last day, the last several hours of 2025. Okay, let's pull it and put it at the same time. Okay, ready?
Yep.
Eight of
Eight,
Pentacles.
Eight of Swords.
Eight of Pentacles. Oh gosh, I love it when we read together. We
I
always do
know.
the same. We always get the same. Okay.
Yeah.
These are absolutely connected, that eight energy. So the eight of pentacles, it's like busily again with the money, like all of that going on while you have the eight of swords. And if you can't really see, it's a woman who's blindfolded and tied up, and she's got the eight swords surrounding her. She's in a prison of her own mind. She's in a prison of ideas, of lies, of things that she doesn't know. So there's like a certain amount of things that went down in 2025 that were absolutely hidden from us. A lot of
Mhm.
it had to do with the making of money. Somebody was profiting off of that. Look at all the money that was made off of the lies and the hidden things in the shadow and the things that were kept from us in 2025.
Mhm.
We have to recognize that that happened. People make money off of us when we click the rage bait stuff. And it's like we go for it. It's
And that's
crazy.
I know, and that's where it's almost like this self trap of what you just said. We go for it. That's what it's like. We do. We go for it. So we have to be aware of this part that gets
Yeah.
trapped, that we trap ourselves in these little cycles of certain things. So it's like
Yeah.
more awareness to that. And I think a lot of what's brought up and a lot of what's going on in the world does bring that. It's like there is a lot of these traps you can fall into. There's so many things going on. There's AI now, all these different creations. Some people don't even know it's real or not online. You can
No, it's true.
easily fall into these traps now. But that's what's interesting
Right.
about your Eight of Pentacles, because I feel like it is that it's like as long as we keep again working towards ourselves, working towards our most beneficial self, our love, our fun, that's the only way we can combat this type of, in my, at least that's what it
Yeah.
feels to me, you
Yeah.
know?
Right. I love how you're like instinctively taking like the lighter, higher side of it anyway, no matter what the universe says we're supposed to do. Oh, okay. All right. So let's move on to 2026. We've been through it in 2025. We just went through that and we've learned some stuff. So let's go on to 2026 and see
Yeah,
what it is that the universe has for us. I like this picking the cards at the same moment.
me too.
Let's do a few of those
Okay.
again. And really, what do we see coming up? What do we see coming up? Universe, what do you got for us? What are we going to experience? Okay, could this be personally or collectively? Yes. I think some of the things we mentioned last week, a card that I pulled was justice, and I predicted there would be justice in the week coming up. And I personally got a major win that felt like massive justice. And so the card that I have, I'm really excited because this is next year that we're talking about, either collectively or personally, could apply to you or me, and I claim that for us.
Yeah.
For anyone out there, feel free to claim it. Feel free to claim it. Okay, ready?
Yeah, yep.
Ace of Pentacles.
Oh, Six of Swords.
Oh, you're on a journey. Look at that journey. Okay, so it's like a journey toward this. It almost looks like you're getting on a boat and you're going the direction of this pentacle.
Yeah, because I feel like
Yeah.
at least for me in this moment, 2025 definitely taught me a lot about my own self and how
Yeah.
I'm working with my own shadows and how I'm working with my own light, which I feel like 2026 and six of swords,
Hmm.
it is just the continuation of this journey home, it feels like.
Yeah, it's a
To
journey.
this
It's a
journey,
journey.
yeah, back to my heart, back to what actually is beneficial.
Yeah. And I mean, this feels like victory in a lot of ways. It does feel like victory in the sense of um you end up you end up getting the gold when you are able to do what you just said,
Mhm.
whether it's actual money or whether it's like soul progression, I guess what
Mhm.
I'm trying to say. So to me this is a great sign for next year, because it's been so wild. I'll take a ace of pentacles
Definitely.
for sure. Okay, let's pull another.
Okay. Ready?
Yep.
I got three pentacles.
Three of
What?
Swords. Ah!
Thing there.
Oh my God. Okay, so we keep doing this. All right. We're gonna feel some betrayals this year, friends and loved ones and family and anyone watching. It's part of life. We will experience them. Sometimes it's those heartbreaks, those things you find out. We were talking about all the secrets being kept, and some of the secrets we find out this year in 2026 are going to break our heart. We're going to feel betrayed.
Yeah, and watch where we're betraying ourselves. And it
For sure.
hurts, but in the end, like you said, like it ends up being for the good because the
Right.
heart shows us what we don't need, what
What
brings
did
us
you
closer to home.
what
And
did you
that's
what did you pull?
I got the three of pentacles. So this is where it's
Yeah.
like,
Yes. The Swords and Pentacles theme seems to be like
yeah,
coming up quite a
it's,
bit. So
yeah.
secrets and ideas and thoughts all ending up being for our good. It's
Mm.
betrayed. It hurts my heart, but also I needed to know that.
And I have my people and I have my certain people that
Yes, I
I can go
do.
talk to,
Yes, right, right,
and that are on with me through it. Yeah, that we can
right,
work and I know when I'm with these people, I am doing good. We are doing good. We're doing something.
right.
There's that everyone needs to have that solid group of people that you can trust and work hard with, that
Yeah.
holds you accountable, that brings out the love and
Right.
creativity in you.
So are we going to see the emergence of some people going toward community in that way this year?
Mhm.
People starting to try to really find their people as the disillusionment and the scales kind of fall off our eyes of what we thought when we hear about the secrets, when we find out, we're gonna want to know who's real. We're gonna gravitate toward people and places and communities and vibrations that make us feel safe. Okay, here's another one. I'm not super thrilled to be putting up, but it is what it is.
Okay,
It is
yeah.
what it is. I got the
Everybody,
Five of Pentacles.
I got Prince of Wands.
Okay, so the Five of Pentacles is a card of scarcity. So
Mhm.
scarcity is predicted. It's
Mhm.
out there. And that wand, that what is it?
It's Prince of Wands.
Right. And maybe hold it right in front of you. Maybe hold it up a little. Prince of Wands. It's like the
Card.
Blair thing. Okay. Well, it's a prince on a horse charging forward.
Mhm.
And that is also in the collective energy. When you scarce, you on the hustle. I
Yeah,
mean, like,
where it's like we can't be afraid of the shadow of the scarcity. So the scarcity is telling us something.
yeah, it
Something.
sends you somewhere. It sends you
Uh,
somewhere.
Absolutely. It's
It's like
telling you something.
the universe emptying out your treasure chest, possibly, and now you have to go find somewhere else, but it's going to be better for you. We already found that out that the pentacles that we're making are good.
Yeah, and if you think
So,
about it in the way of like sometimes it does when things are moved away and things are scarce, it seems hard, but then it's also the opportunity. Now we can fill it up with whatever is actually
exactly.
beneficial.
Exactly. I needed to clear that energy of that old way of thinking and my old way of thought about money, about who I am and how I do it. All that might be change and it might be because there's a scarcity. Now, that doesn't mean you're going to lose a job or lose money or anything like that. By scarcity, I just mean you're so concerned about the lack of it because there
Mhm.
is never enough, as they say.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that thread, that kind of frequency of scarcity being in the collective puts people in a state of fear.
hmm And
And
that's where I feel like the Prince of Wands comes in, where it's like you have the opportunity to ride your
yes,
horse. And
thank you.
Prince of Wands to me is like this creative, like sexual, free being on a horse. And it's like finding those parts of ourselves. When it is scarce, we still have ourselves. We still have all the things inside of us.
It's true. We definitely do. Okay, I pulled one out of an oracle card. Could you have an oracle card you can pull?
Yeah, I'll do my soul deck.
Oh, okay. You have a crazy, crazy
Um,
soul deck that came, just to explain it, it's a card deck that came without a book. It's images. It's been the craziest.
It was one of those decks, and this doesn't happen often. And my mom, she was there with me when it happened. Like I picked it up, and my whole body started vibrating. And I went straight over to you, and I was like, "Mom, this deck is something. It's
Right.
something." And everything we pulled, like you pulled stuff, it's
Yeah.
like, okay, yeah.
All right. Well,
That
I
resonates.
got grounding. I got tree grounding.
Oh, and I got this beautiful person on a with a
Ooh,
oh
it's the fire horse energy.
yeah, fire horse.
You know
It's
how
like
the Chinese astrology says the next year coming up is fire horse.
wow. And
Yours
I
is
literally
like fire
fire.
horse energy.
Yeah.
Amazing, amazing. And this is like going to be really important that we ground all of the energy because it's going to be fast and furious. How many cards have you pulled with somebody on a horse, riding on a back of a
Any
horse?
one, two, yeah. And yeah. And I
So
like it because
there's
like the deeper the roots, the higher it goes, which is almost my card of like the fire horse is like the horse being that groundedness, but this person with the wing flying up, it's like the more we're grounded in our own body, the more we can create and love and
yeah,
dance and sing together.
yeah, it's true, it's true, it's true. So we see that this year, moments, times that we will want to ground,
And then we need to.
that will need to ground, moments of celebration and bliss. I do see that too coming up for
Hmm.
us. Our Earth game isn't always sad. It isn't always tragic. So
Oh.
we can have good things coming up.
Mhm.
Oh, interesting. Okay. The next card I pulled is Invocation Ceremony. And to
That
me,
brings us
this really
into our lives.
This card just, yeah, this represents being intentional about things in my mind. When I get this card, when I pull this up about invocation and ceremony, it just means, hey, intentionally make some decisions around this, intentionally put some focus into something. So there
Mhm.
is something that you're going to need to put focus into. For some people, you do a whole ceremony, you build an altar and you sing, you light candles. For other people, that ceremony could just be a decision within their mind to focus on something intentionally and go forward with it.
And it can just be as simple as like the ceremony of life. We don't know what's going on. Every day is a
Right.
magical, amazing. There's only now. So it's like
Making your
making
morning
now a
coffee.
ceremony. Like let's make now a ceremony every single second. And that's what brings to this card, which I have this person that is, you can't really see it,
Ooh,
but it's growing a rose. So he's creating and growing a
beautiful.
rose. And
He's
it comes
intentionally creating it. Look at it. Okay, put that back up
yeah.
there because it's almost as if that lady has that dish in front of her. Look at him. The dude has the same thing. It's like whatever being has the same thing in front of them and there's something being made. Something
Yeah.
being made. Both of
Yeah.
them. Both of them. This is the same card. That's wild. They're both making something.
They're telling us let's move with intention. And
Create
then
it. Do
when we
it. Do
create
it.
from the inside, I don't think there's much that can go wrong when we're creating from that light, from that spark, from that pureness inside of us that is there. It's just how much are we going to be in tune or not, which is something that'll help us propel forward as we go into this next year if we focus on that
Right.
groundedness.
Well, we're coming from an era where only certain ones of us were special. And only certain ones of us were given attention or told that we should follow this person. We've been a bunch of sheep. And that's going to change around. I mean, there's several things I could talk about astrologically that point to that, but the energy really says that we are start to becoming more awake in the sense of they're not going to be able to gaslight us on certain things anymore. And by they, just consider that to be whatever force you're dealing with. We all have a protagonist and an antagonist in our life story, meaning there's a conflict we're all coming up against
Mhm.
of various types. Um, and we didn't come to Earth to just play around.
No, and I just pulled this card, which is this person with their hands wide open. And I think that's a part is like it is this game of life. There's going to be conflict and the way I'm finding is the best is having my arms open and like let's face it, it's like the buffalo running into the storm instead of away. Going into those shadows and figuring out where am I lost? Where can I be found? And embracing that.
Yeah, I think that's going to be really important that we find some safe place for ourselves
Hmm.
because the world, again, might not always feel that safe.
Hmm.
So we circle back to ourselves every time.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the guidance I'm constantly getting.
Mhm.
All right,
Being able to allow it
another thing
all.
to predict. Okay, one more, pull another, because another thing I'm going to predict for this coming up here.
Okay. Got it.
Peaks of joy. Peaks of
This is
joy.
that like creative guy with this little monster guy on
Yes,
here, but
yes. Peaks of joy. That's
very
it.
sick. And here's the light and dark again. It's that like
Yes.
sitting together, knowing we all exist in this.
Look at this woman leaping off. She's just leaping
I
into
love
just the universe. She's just having this moment of bliss. That's what your card's doing. That's that moment of bliss that you have connection with the universe or whatever peace or whatever. So I'm really glad to see that coming up next year. Peaks of joy. We all need that.
yes. And just bringing it back to the shadow in the way of like, at least from the work that I had done with my amazing coach, is like once we reach that shadow and once I actually see it and sit there with it and allow the shadow to just be what it is, that bliss comes in because it's like the
Yeah.
darkness the whole time just wants to be seen as well.
Yeah.
That's the point of the light. We're shining the light on it. It's
Yes.
something that
Yeah.
wants to be seen and felt. That's what it's like. Once we can get there, that it is joyful and life is joyful.
It is. It's true. It's true. Okay. Any other cards or anything else you want to pull about next year, predictions for next year before we wrap this up?
Yeah, let's do. Should we each pull? Should we each pull three cards for predictions of next year?
Let's do
That we can bring into next year predictions. Take what you feel. You know, it's going to be
right.
different for everybody. Some maybe it's prediction, maybe it's what you're feeling right now, maybe it's something that you want to bring into next year. Let's
Something
see.
you want to bring into next year sounds right. I was going to say a prediction for next week, even maybe at the very end, we'll each pull one card to predict for next week.
Okay.
And then I want to write that down and revisit.
Yeah, let's do
But we'll
it.
do that at the end. But I like the three cards of what are we bringing through this year?
Okay, I'm
What
gonna put one of each of my decks.
what are we bringing through? Yeah.
Oh, that one flipped right over.
I'm using my Earth Magic deck.
Okay, I'm doing one of each. This guy.
Okay. Yes. Yes, I love all these. I love all these. I love all these. I'm
Oh
excited
my
to get all
God.
these.
Well, I pulled two of the same cards.
That'll happen.
Yeah. Which is that's just it's
Yeah.
emphasizing
Yeah,
energy.
that'll happen multiple times. The universe is like, I said what I said.
Yeah. We don't need to go farther. It's that simple.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I'm
My
gonna
first card is love, compassion.
love, and I got illumination.
Yay, because the world needs love and compassion and illumination. We need all that.
Expression, positivity, joy, and
We
inspiration.
need that because if we're going to have secrets, if we're going to get our heart broken, we're going to get betrayed, we actually need to remember that the world is full of love and compassion also. And
Yep.
this is for our illumination. It is for our best.
The dark spots, compassion for the people who are in
Yeah.
it, deep,
Yes.
and
If you're
compassion to
in it, we
ourselves.
send you love right now and energy and healing if you're in it right now. We
Yes.
send it your
Well,
way.
we're all gonna make it as long as we
We're going to
can.
make it.
And the most, like, where I am illuminated the most in my life, what I'm finding, it is when my heart is open. It is when
Yeah,
my heart feels safe and it feels open. And
it's true.
yeah, that's where I feel the most illumination. So just
Love it
tap
towards
in.
that.
Yeah, more of that, more of that. Okay,
Okay.
second card. I got it. This guy popped up again. The King of Swords.
Okay. Well, look at this guy. Activation.
Uh-huh.
Wind. Yeah, there's action this year. There is a lot of action this year. There's a
Standing our
ton.
ground. Standing our ground. Like
Yes,
being in
yes,
charge.
yes.
Being in
People
charge.
standing their ground hard. I
Being
agree.
in
Look at
charge.
him.
Yeah.
Look at
Yeah.
him. He's standing up and he's like, you know what? This is actually garbage and I'm not doing it anymore. We're going to
And
see
I
that.
actually know myself. I actually know what I need.
Yes, yes. It is the activation that we're going to feel that's going to have that happening. Or it's the other way around. You know what I mean? Sometimes you get activated, so therefore you start to stand your ground. Sometimes
Yeah.
you stand your ground for something and you end up
Yeah.
being activated. And I think we're going to see that both ways on people. We know politics has gotten utterly nuts, and I think that we're going to see people doing all sort of that
Yeah.
where you're gonna maybe even flip to the whole other side. You'll be activated and you'll say, oh, wow, okay, I see this different. I need to stand a different ground than I've been standing. I've been standing on the ground. I've been fighting the wrong fight
Yeah.
and I've been activated and I'm gonna go where the universe is sending me.
Yeah, and even you can look at it the way of like, let's be so grounded in ourselves that I can't be moved by anything but
Yeah,
love. I can't be moved by anything but love and creativity. I can't be moved. And
right.
and
I
then
won't be
and
moved.
then in that type of activation of okay, these type of people, okay, once we're so in ourselves, we activate each other then.
We do.
Activate each other. The grounded people, you can feel it when someone
Yeah.
is
And
totally
that's
in.
science. We know that there's an energy field around our body. That is straight up science. We know we affect people. And anyone that has ever been somewhere where someone comes into the room and they're full of energy and positivity and everyone feels it, you feel it. And it
Yeah.
affects everybody and it's contagious. That's what
Being
this
that
feels like
grounded,
to me.
being that grounded, being that much into ourselves.
That's what this feels like to me.
Yeah.
These activations that need to happen inside our souls are coming, and they're going to be a wake-up call, and they're going to feel like a tsunami at times. At
Yeah.
times.
And we do need to have that wake up call to get to our real self. Because a
Yeah.
lot of times we're trapped in these cycles where it's like, I can't even fly again until I have that wake up
Same
call.
card, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
It-
you're both flying away from the tsunami that's coming, and the wings are making it, and the horse is flying toward it. And, there's so much you could say about that wake-up call that is happening, that is coming for all of us that we were born for this.
yes. And of the way is like sometimes the wake up call is there for us, and then sometimes it's like let's be so into ourselves already too that it was like we're not waiting for a wake up call.
Yeah,
We know
we're
we're
not waiting. We're not waiting around for a
Yeah.
wake-up call.
Or else
Right.
sometimes when we are so far off the path, it takes that wake up call to be like,
Yeah,
is this really what you want? Asking yourself that. Is this
sure.
allowing your love to be so nourished and flourishing? Is it allowing your love to flourish?
Right. Because the universe does send some wake up calls to you when you are in a state of delusion or you're unwilling to move or unwilling to change. We
Abandoning.
we are
Yeah.
here to change and evolve. So some of us have signed up for the wake up call because we know our souls are stubborn. So I
Yeah.
don't mean to victim blame in any slightly type of way. My point being that our higher selves know what we need to move us. And sometimes we need a wake up call. And I know I've been that person where I wasn't willing to move until a crisis hit me.
Yeah.
And so the key is to not have to go to the crisis.
Yeah.
Go ahead and change and evolve before the universe sends a giant blowing wind toward you to wake you up because it loves you, by the way. It loves you and it knows you need to get up and get out of the basement and get a job or whatever it is that is happening in your life. Or maybe you just need to look in the mirror and say, I love you, self. Maybe
Yeah.
that's the wake up call.
Maybe you just need to sit down. Maybe
Maybe
you
you
just
need to
need
sit
a cry.
down.
Maybe you
You've
need
had
a
too
laugh.
many
Maybe you need
jobs.
a hug.
Right.
Yeah.
Lose one of those jobs.
Yeah.
Right. It's like
Yeah.
it's all sorts of messages, whatever's in the collective out there that applies to you, all said with non-judgmentalness,
Yeah.
by the
And
way.
we all have something that brings out that light in us. We all have something that brings those wings, that feeling of running like a horse through the wind, that type of freedom. So it's like finding that,
Yeah.
going there
Right. Find that. Find
and
that.
with each other, because that's how we deepen
It's true.
connection with each other is once we can go there with each other, even if it's not your thing, maybe, but maybe it's the wake up call of I need to spend more time with the people that I love, you know?
Right. Yep. Okay, I'm gonna write down. We're gonna
Okay,
pull
one
one
last
card. We're
week
gonna pull,
prediction.
and this is for next week. I know
Yeah.
we talked about the year and the new year and the changeover and what we're going to see this year coming up. But we want to talk to you every week. So let's pull a card and our prediction for what we'll experience. What do we need to know? What are we going through?
And see how this comes up for you. And I'm gonna see how this comes up for me. We'll see if it does come up. Let's see.
Perseverance.
Oh wow.
I've been pulling this all week. This is probably the fourth time I've seen this personally this week. So I'm going to claim this one.
This is good. I got the Five of Cups.
The Five of
Yeah,
Cups, disappointment, but it's like walk away.
disappointment. And it's
Yeah.
almost there it is again though, the cups behind you. It's like looking in places
Yes.
that aren't for us.
Right. I've always felt that way about the Five of Cups because it is a card of where it does convey some sadness and where you haven't gotten something that you've wanted. But at the same time, universe is like, hang in. We already brought this up. We already said the universe has to get some things out of your life to bring the new things in. And it
Yeah.
feels disappointing maybe in a moment. Maybe you'll find yourself and you're like, oh, that did not work out the way I thought. And then later you find out, wait, if I would have done that thing or if that thing would have worked out, I never would have.
And this is where the shadow is really present of like, okay, well, if you just allow that sadness and you allow that, and then
Right.
you can see why is this making me sad? Why
Right.
is this bringing so much up?
What is
And
it?
mostly
Mhm.
because there's a certain cup that you need or a certain
Yeah.
cup that you
That you
actually
counted
want.
on and actually you thought
Yeah.
about and you thought to yourself, I'm getting that cup.
Yeah. And it's
I
like
want that
that's where the
cup.
perseverance, can you allow that sadness through a little bit more perseverance to get what you actually is beneficial for you?
Yeah, very true. Because you know what? Maybe that cup was not, maybe that was that drink at the bar that was your
Yeah.
fifth drink that we talked
Yeah.
about at the party
Yeah.
tonight on New Year's Eve. And you didn't need it. You didn't need it.
Oh, so maybe this week is this, yeah, to feel into the times where you are disappointed in something and allowing that and
Allow
seeing
it.
where the cup is. Where
Persevere
is
and let it
where's
go
the cup in
because
it?
you're going to
Yeah,
have a burst of joy. We already saw that either. We're going to have this peak of joy later. So
yeah,
it's
yeah,
okay to release. And actually that's a really good energy to start a new year is to go into it knowing, all right, I'm going to let go of all the sadness. I'm going to persevere through all the hard stuff that I've already experienced so that I can become better, become happier, become more empowered.
yeah. And the walls and some of the walls that we built in this protection have to be shed. So, and that
Yeah,
does look like sadness and disappointment. That does look like I can't do that anymore, and that was a big part of my life.
right.
But that it's all for the greater good of your own heart. Because a lot of us know that even as hard as it is, if we persevere through,
It's
we
true.
find that little bit of light inside. The
So
shining,
true.
overflowing cup is waiting for us on the other side.
Okay, so we're gonna leave with a blessing. So one more card to pull as a blessing for you. Whoever you're watching, if you made it this far, thank you so much. Hit that like button. Please subscribe to our channel. If anything we're saying resonates with you, let us know in the comments. We're gonna send you one more blessing from the universe until we see you next time. What do you got? What do you got?
Manifestation, baby. Prosperity,
Yes.
fortune, and pure intentions.
There
So I
you
encourage
go.
everybody, like, set
Manifest,
your intentions
everyone.
for this year. We can manifest. If we're coming from this good place, we're
Yes.
coming from where we know is beneficial. What is beneficial for us? Let's manifest it. Let's
I
do
love
it.
it.
Let's set
I
these
love it. I
intentions
love
and let's fucking do
it.
it.
Okay, and I send you, dear one, I send you Gentle Gardener. And
Mm.
Gentle Gardener is about caring for yourself. It's about taking it easy. It's about caring for your garden, self-care. It's so important to love yourself and spend some time in the gentle garden of your life. We
Mm.
started out talking about gratitude, and Gentle Gardener really just asks you to go back and take those moments of like gentle care to yourself. It's so, so
That's
important.
what this is too, is pouring into yourself. Let's
Yes.
pour this bowl.
If you're going to even manifest, you have to
Yeah.
be a gentle gardener. You
Mm.
have to be willing to forgive, to let go of the disappointment, to let go of the expectation, and gently go forward and be careful with yourself like you would if you were your best friend or the one
Yeah.
that you loved the most. Do that to
Yeah.
you.
Because what is actually manifesting? It is actually planting the
Right.
seeds in our garden.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
manifesting even is.
Yeah, exactly. So plant some seeds, dear soul. Plant some seeds.
That you're
Good
in,
things coming your way. Blessings, healing to you.
feel into everything, the sadness, the light, the darkness, and allow and see what it brings up for you. See what your body wants. See where
Yeah.
your mind actually wants to go, or your soul wants to actually go and be in this life.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Well, thanks so much for being with us. And always, always wonderful to talk to you, my love.
Back at you. Love you so
All
much.
right. Love you too. See you next time.
Yep.